Here's what's on tap for today. First, we're going to go through the Yale brand story and identity. Then we're going to take you on an interactive journey through booth 1. And then we're going to move over to booth 2, which is our technology showcase, where you'll be able to experience firsthand our operator assist system. Once we go to booth 2, the press event will end in booth 2 once we go through the demonstration, and I would just ask that you hold any questions until then, and we'll have all the speakers available to answer at that time. So now we're going to get started. I'm going to introduce David Furman. He's our President of Marketing, Strategy, and Business Development.
Thank you, Jill. Good morning, everybody. Thank you again for joining us. We're very excited to unveil to you Yale Lift Truck Technologies. I'm going to go through a little bit about why we're doing this. Global economic and demographic trends are having a transformational impact on warehouses and distribution industries. By the year 2030, 60% of the world's population will be living in urban areas. And if you think about the migration from rural to urban areas and the amount of infrastructure, logistics, supply chains, and warehouses that need to be set up, it's been very good for our industry. The second trend I want to talk about is e-commerce, and everybody's probably very familiar with this. When we were here last time in 2019, e-commerce represented about 20% of the global retail sales. It's projected to be 30% by the year 2030. So when you look at this confluence of events between urbanization and e-commerce, there's a significant requirement for additional indoor warehouse space. From 25 billion square feet of space back in 2020, in order to accommodate that, we're going to require 30 billion square feet of space by the year 2025. Think about that. Every year, there's an additional billion square feet of global warehouse space that needs to be added. And that's great for our industry. For every million square feet of warehouse space, there's a requirement for 100 lift trucks. But here's the punchline, and here's the challenge. The challenge is with the additional warehouse space that's required and all those forklifts that are deployed, it requires staff. And the industry today is currently plagued with labor shortages. In 2021, there was 50% turnover in forklift operators, up significantly over the past decade. And by the year 2030, it is estimated that there's going to be an 85 million person labor shortage globally. Now let me put this into perspective. Today there's about a 30 million labor shortage. So in the next 7 years, it's going to more than double. And the requirement that we have as an industry in order to put all of the staff in the additional forklifts and the additional warehouse space that's going to be available in the next few years means we need to increase the amount of forklift operators globally by 50% over the next 5 years. That's significant. So with all of that said, how are warehouses and distribution centers going to adapt? How are they going to adapt to these headwinds and challenges? And that's where Yale Lift Truck Technologies comes in. Yale's mission is to be laser focused on solving the world's toughest labor, safety, and productivity challenges that our customers have. That's a pretty bold purpose to declare. And we do that through a three-pronged approach of a customer-driven design philosophy, technology integration, all powered and driven through our customer-obsessed independent dealer network. Yale Lift Truck Technologies, the new mark and the new brand, describes exactly what we do. It reinforces our commitment and our focused investments in making and designing and manufacturing the world's best lift trucks. It reinforces our commitment to leverage technology and to unify iron with innovation to solve those tough problems. And it demonstrates a clear, forward-thinking positioning that allows us to move and shape where our customers are going and solving their problems. But this is not just about a new identity. This is about a true business strategy that supports that. And we have a distinctly different business philosophy, different model that we call the creative model. And there are 3 legs to the creative model stool. The first leg, and I talked about this, is our customer-driven design philosophy. What does that mean? And Jimmy Hess is going to walk you through what that means in more detail and show you it in action. It means that Yale is not captive to vertically integrated designs, vertically integrated manufacturing systems, and vertically integrated supply chains. It allows us to be more nimble and more flexible and to bring new products like what you're going to see here to market faster. And it has allowed us to develop market-leading products over the past decade with leading energy efficiency, productivity, ergonomics, with the lowest cost of ownership. We want operators to love our trucks so our customers can retain their employees. Second, technology integration. We're not distracted by investing in other parts of the value chain, which frankly would be good for us and our focus on investing in technology integration in the truck. And it's proven by all of the awards that we have won with our technology portfolio over the past 5 years, be it robotics or operator assist, which you're going to see with the Yale Reliant, telemetry, or advanced electrification systems. The final leg of the stool is our customer-obsessed and intentionally independent distribution network. And I'm going to introduce Coy Edison, who is the chairman of the Yale Dealer Council and COO of MH Equipment, Yale dealer in the Midwest, to talk about that.
Thank you, David, and good morning. Let me talk a little bit about the Yale Dealer Organization. The first thing I'll mention about Yale Dealers is our independence and what that means for how we operate and how we approach our customers. Since we are independently owned, we are not encumbered by a larger business. That makes our success wholly dependent on how well we serve our customers. Many of us are family-owned businesses and have been in the material handling industry for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, and even longer. We are truly invested in our employees, our customers, and our communities. That independence also means that we're empowered and unrestrained by outside ownership, which gives us the flexibility to work with our customers based on what they need and not just what somebody else wants to sell them. And that also extends to our ability to work as a complete material handling resource and provider with our own dealer investment in complementary product lines like allied products, racking, engineering, systems integration, so that we can be a single source for our customers. Ultimately, that gives us the ability to provide a complete solution for our customers. And as a collective Yale dealer, our customers tell us, and we share that input, which helps shape the development of new solutions around the lift truck and helps to steer the investment in research and development at the factory. And with the Yale factory focusing on flexibility and technology investments in and around the lift truck, that allows Yale dealers to do what we do best, take care of our customers. But ultimately, we're all working towards the same thing, that laser focus that David talked about earlier to solve customer challenges really guides us all. And we truly believe that this structure positions us to leverage our collective strengths, to work as one, and to serve our customers with excellence. David, back to you.
Thank you, Coy. We're going to transition now to dazzle you with a walk around within our core lift trucks and products, and he's going to transition you over to the Yale Technology booth in a minute.
Everybody, let's go see how we're laser focused on our customers' challenges. Rider truck that was introduced in 2019 and won Product of the Year. Some of the challenges our customers bring us is we're trying to make them as safe and productive as possible. And you'll notice that this platform is one of the biggest improvements we've made on the truck. It's 35% larger than anything else in the market, and it has the ability to put a size 13 boot on here. This not only makes the operator more comfortable and safer, it gives them a wide athletic stance, makes them more confident in the work that they do. One of the challenges that we're talking about bringing to our customers is this object detection bumper extension on the truck. This is for customers that don't want to have to go to a center rider for perceived safety and lose the productivity. This works with LiDAR, and the LiDAR actually shines a window out in front of the truck. It has redundancy technology that if the sensors hit the operator's foot, the truck will stop immediately. The LiDAR, if anything happened, would also pick any foot that comes in front of the truck and stop it. So now the customer can enjoy the highest productivity, case picking from the low pallet positions, and have the operator safe as well. When we talk about ergonomics, everything on this truck is built around the operator. The ergonomic control handle, the grip bar. When we talk about ergonomics, for years and years, even decades, it was always about the operator. But human engineering to us is also the technician, because they touch the truck. This is the only truck on the market that can be completely serviced from the top. We don't need a technician underneath a 3,700-pound truck to do things like change drive tires, adjust the casters, or even grease the linkage or inspect composite bushings at the back of the fork trail. The N-Rider by Yale. 2 years ago, we introduced our new Reach truck. And one of the things customers were looking for were performance. So we have the highest industry-leading lift and lower speeds, 175 lift and 160 lower. In tests, this truck is moving more than 1,000 power than the nearest competitors. In application, that's like 16 days of found labor. We've opened up the mast. We reduced the tractor to give the operator that visibility, 33% increased visibility to the front base arms and fork tips. That helps reduce product damage. So now we have the capacity of 1,000 pounds more at the highest elevation than we've ever had before, competing and beating with our two nearest competitors. What do you do with a truck that can do all the performance? Let's start building it around the operator. When we talked and interviewed operators, we asked them what was the sorest part of your body at the end of the day, and they talk about their feet, their ankles, their knees, their hips, and their lower back. So we installed this exclusive floor that removes 60% of the shock and vibration that goes through their body, reducing the fatigue. Most trucks have pedals that the operator needs to stand on the entire shift. We've removed them and replaced them with optic sensors. It allows the operator to move their lower body throughout the course of the shift, increasing that lower body circulation, improving and reducing fatigue rather. And because all operators don't come in the same size or height, we've added adjustments of 6 inches on the backrest, 6 inches on the armrest. The control handle comes in and out for those who have shorter or longer arms, and we can also adjust the steer tiller. It's the only truck on the market where we can fit the truck around the customer's operator size. Okay, available in all kinds of heights and base legs, everything industry standard. The two products right here that we talk about can also be programmed. A lot of similarity in this truck here, which is used for transporting product from one end of the building to the other. We have a very large customer that carries 4 pallets at one time and empty trailers in 18 minutes, if you can believe it. But the same operator care goes into this truck with the adjustable armrest, control handle, and steering tip, and the floor helps take the shock and vibration that goes goes through their body all day. And no pedals to stand on. So I can move about based on all of our stand-up models, and it's an optic sensor in the back. And should the operator's foot come outside of the compartment, the truck will say, put it back inside, or we can program it to bring the truck to a complete and safe stop. If you're looking at your dock, you want to try, it's very congested, a lot of customers looking for a truck. It's more on the dock. Again, what we do is about the operator and the technician and how we can make them more comfortable throughout the course of the shift, less fatigue. We want to keep them as fresh at the end of the shift as we had it at the beginning of the shift. We're looking at a truck here that we can go 675 inches with. It gives you tremendous storage density, very much like double D, except this truck will give you 100% selectivity, which is more and more important today in the industry because of SKU proliferation. It's man-up turret. We're also doing applications 5 deep pushback with this for maximum storage density. Tremendous truck. And lastly, I'd like to show you our lithium integrated 3-wheel sit-down truck, which is tremendous on the dock. One of the things about our entire warehouse product line is it all runs on CAN bus. The automotive industry in 2003 introduced it. We were quick to jump on it. Our entire fleet is CAN bus since 2013. And we also have 8 different lithium-ion companies across the country that we shake hands with in communication, not like other people in the business. So this is a brand new truck, lithium-integrated. The battery's down low. We have to add the weight, but look at all the floor room that operator now has throughout the course of the shift. Appreciate your time. I'm going to turn you over to Nick Temple. He's our Director of Emerging Technologies. Nick?
So walk on across with me if you don't mind. We're going to enter the emerging technologies section of the booth. So my name's Nick Temple. I'm the director for the emerging technologies business here at Yale. And this is actually an example of our customer-driven design philosophy. Please come on in. Come on in. And so what's on display today is our operator assist solution, which we call Yale Reliant. It's more than just an alert or a visual audible alert for the operator. It actually enables performance slowdowns or performance reductions in the vehicle to ensure that the operator can never actually get to a point where potentially unsafe behavior is actually happening. So this is really a big focus in being able to overcome customers' challenges, whether it's related to labor, safety, or productivity. From a safety perspective, we have on display one of our drivers over here, Dan Sells, is actually going to demonstrate our object detection technology. So what we do here is we have object detection and proximity detection. So 2 different types of detections on our collective detection package. And so ultimately what we're doing, opposing into the forks, we have a 180-degree detection radius, which we actually can detect obstacles. So Dan's going to reverse, and you'll see the vehicle will actually slow down, but his foot will remain on the accelerator. It doesn't actually bring the vehicle to a stop, because we always want to ensure that the operator is completely in control of the vehicle, but you will see a reduction in the vehicle. And then we're going to go in the forks forward direction, and we have Linus over here. Linus is the founder of Yale, this vibration of vehicles with range. The benefit of technologies is that on the opposing end of the forks, that's a line of sight detection, whereas the above the proximity detection can actually penetrate through racking. So that's great for blind spots. If you have a pedestrian that's crossing, that's happening in front of a row of racking, you're able to actually detect that person even though they're not in a direct line of sight. So Dan, would you mind driving the vehicle? What I encourage you to take a look at as well as he drives it back and forth for us is you actually see a GoPro which is behind his shoulder, and this HMI in particular, this interface gives the driver some indication of what's actually happening, so the performance reduction which is occurring on the vehicle. You can see the bottom hemisphere is orange, And what that ultimately is detecting is the LiDAR sensor in the rear as he comes forward. And you'll also see there's some shading, and the vehicle's speed limiting. So the shading goes down and the speed goes down while Dan still has his foot on the accelerator continuously. Same in the forward direction. As he accelerates, you also see in the center that the proximity detection device is actually taking the performance reduction in place. Okay. If you may follow me down here. We also have a 3-wheel stand-up. This vehicle, we're demonstrating the performance reduction benefits of the technology in terms of a couple of different use cases. So our friendly driver here, Dale, is going to show off. If you guys step all the way down, you can actually get a better view at the HMI as he's running through the different use case scenarios. And what we're going to do is tilt the forks forward, and as Dale lifts the truck, you'll see the gray shading on the bottom circle actually decrease, which is the speed of the vehicle. So as the forks increase, the max speed of the vehicle reduces automatically to ensure that if an operator starts accelerating, that they don't throw the load. So it secures not only the load, but also keeps the center of mass of the truck inside its stability triangle to help avoid with tip overs. The other thing you'll notice is you can see the different colors as well of on the HMI. Thanks there, Dale. As you can see, as the vehicle extends, not only looking at the height, you can see the string potentiometer going up the side of the mast. We also have a tilt angle sensor. We also have a load. It's not trade legal, but it actually detects the weight of the load on the forks. And so all that's being calculated to create the performance reduction on the vehicle to make sure that it's in safe operation at all times. So with that in mind, you know, the way that we see, we've had some successful use cases. We have about 2,500 trucks in the field with this technology incorporated on it. And with that in mind, we had one customer in particular put this on 10 sites, and 10 out of 10 sites over a year and a half had 0 safety incidences within their operation, which is phenomenal, right? And these are large warehouses. And it's truly a customer-driven design over the past, say, 2 to 3 years. And we're continuing to innovate, drive new sensor technology into the solution to allow us to accomplish more and more use cases. The only thing that's not on display here today that's also part of this package is our RTLS solution. So that's a real-time location sensing solution. And ultimately what that does is it allows us to change the performance based on the location. So you could have different locations within your facility that maybe are keep-out zones or speed reduction zones. And so that also then increases the overall safety of the solution. Okay. Well, I believe that's the end of our press conference today. I'm happy to field any questions that you guys have. You got the first sneak peek here in our exclusive booth. We're hosting customers through here throughout the next couple of days. But thank you very much for joining us, and hope you enjoy the show.